Welcome to the Narrowboat that James built. Hope you're very well. Thanks for joining me today on the boat. The plan of this video is really to forewarn you of a few things coming up this week, or really my plan for the week. So it's Sunday now by the time this comes out, and there's loads to crack on with. For those people who have newly subscribed, just to kind of remind you, I've got 4 weeks really that until this boat needs to be on the water, sailing, ready to go. It doesn't need to be finished by then, but it needs to be on the water, ready to go. And there's a heck of a lot to get on with. But I've been given a bit of a bonus because, you know, when the clocks go forward, or backwards, whatever one it is, where you get that extra hour, and there's a few times you forget about it and think, oh cool, I've got an extra hour. Well, I've been given like an extra week here because my original plan, I think for some reason I missed out the week commencing the 30th, so that's quite handy. But regardless, I haven't actually still got any more time. I've still only got 4 weeks until it needs to be on the water, and ideally I would like it to be tested and everything and work out the ballast and the balance and everything. So I'd like it to be kind of on the water in 3 weeks. As I said, not finished, but 3 weeks. At the moment, I've got no power, no water, no plumbing, no walls, no ceiling, no furniture, no fittings, literally nothing. So there's a lot to get on with. So my plan is to share the idea of the week with you, so that you guys can keep your comments coming and forewarn you, as I said, as to what's coming. So those of you with expertise or experience in certain elements, please do chip in because your comments are really valuable. As I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm learning as I'm going. So there is so much experience amongst you lot. So please do let me have it. That'd be really useful. As much as there's loads here on the wharf and there's loads of the people here are brilliant. The more information the better. Although they do say, ask 5 narrowboaters their opinion and you'll get 10 answers. But regardless, lights have gone off. Anyway. Okay, so you'll see I've got to finish the lower walls. I've only got 2 more of them to do. I've got to check and buy the new nav lights. So I need to just check which make and model they are and buy the same ones. I've got to buy a headlamp and sort that out. I've got to line the windows as I explained last week. Hopefully that's not going to be too much of a big job. I need to buy some epoxy resin to seal the hatches when I line them. And then there's the power audit. Right, now the power audit is, I've got to calculate basically the usage I'm going to have on the boat. So I can calculate how much battery power I'm going to require, which is then going to dictate how much solar panels I'm going to need in order to charge them. So a power audit, what you do is you work out the consumption of all of the devices on the boat. So you start at the pointy end and you literally work out everything you've got on the boat, work out how much consumption it's going to be. There's a few websites which help with this kind of stuff. And then you work out the rates per, of all the bits and pieces that you have to buy, like the water pump. And you have to work all that out. And that is basically how you work out how many amp hours you are going to be requiring. And that will dictate, as I said, the batteries and therefore the solar power. Then I need to test a piece of ply on the ceiling to get the curve right. And then I need to build the trough running through both sides. The troughs will be running down both sides underneath the gunnels and they will be carrying the 12 volt. I can't run it in the ceiling because the height just isn't quite there. So I think I'm going to run it in that trough under the gunnels. So I've got to do that. And then I've got to work out the light positions in the ceiling, and I'll show you a bit of the issue I've got. So if you take the galley ceiling, for example, I'm going to want lights certainly in the front bit here as you come in, but then here is going to be the unit coming out to that level there. And you're not going to want lights straight in front of the unit because it's going to be glaring right off the side of it. So on this panel here, and again here, because I'm going to have the boiler in this area here, so you can't have a light there. You maybe want a couple of lights here. So do I have lights there and then 2 set back further there, and then have them going across here? Obviously I've got to be mindful of that mushroom vent there. The other thing I need to be mindful of in this area is the chimney. So the chimney is going to be in this kind of area here. That's going to be the channel where the lights are going. And I'd like to have line of sight, so I don't really want to have the chimney kind of in the way of that. So I'm just going to have to give a bit of consideration to that. And basically that's the same all the way down the boat. So I'm going to have to give that same level of consideration. So I'd like them to be fairly, and also I'd like it to be a fairly good spread. Yes, I'd like some under here, but again, in the center of the boat, I'd like some to be over the dinette, over the shower, and again on that side there. So yeah, there's quite a bit to think about on that one. Yeah, then I need to buy the stove and the cable and the electrics, because I'm cracking on with that as well this week. And then it's starting to panel the bathroom bulkhead. So that's the one where the dinette's going to be on the other side of. And then hopefully on Tuesday, Paul's going to come in and install the water tank angle iron to fix that in place. And then I can be lining the hatches and starting doing the conduit in the bathroom and the ceiling in there to get the bathroom really underway. So really that takes us up to kind of Tuesday, end of play on Tuesday, which is quite an ambitious task to get all that lot done. But I've also put in quite an order tonight for a whole load of, well, it's all the watery based stuff. So I've got my whale gulper, which is the bit that sucks out the water from the shower and chucks it out. I've got my my water strain, which goes from the tank before, so it goes from the tank to the water strain. So I bought the water strainer, which is basically like a filter. Then it goes into the water pump. So I bought the water pump. And then it goes into an accumulator tank. So I bought an accumulator tank. And then it runs into the boiler. And I haven't yet bought the boiler, but that's what I need to do. So I'm also going to buy lots of pipe work and start to lay that down, because maybe by the end of the week I could started to lay all that out, because the water tank will be in by Wednesday morning, so I can start to kind of get the water system installed. So that'll be a bit of a job. And then really I've got to get a lot of work done on the bathroom, because I need that bulkhead in, because everything comes off the bulkhead really. That's where the dinette fault comes off there. That'll give me the workings for where the stove needs to be. And I'm putting an order in for the stove on Wednesday as well. I'm trying to take advantage of all the Black Friday deals. So I did quite well on all the water devices and bits and pieces like that. So I've saved quite a lot there. So trying to do as much of that as I can. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have any plywood on Black Friday, but never mind. And then I've really got to start. The reason I want to do the bulkhead, so the bathroom bulkhead, to do that, I really need the ceiling in. To do that, I really need the wall in. So there's quite a bit of bathroomy bits I need to do without maybe doing the rest of the boat. Because I need to start working on the pocket door going between. I don't really need to, I just really want to. Well, I kind of do need to, because that will dictate the depth of the shower, because obviously I've got a pocket door which is probably going to be about 80 mil. So I've got to work that out. And then, yeah, start to install the bulkhead in the stern. And to do that, Paul needs to, well, I need to ask Paul if he can do a bit of fixing, because that ugly hole that I discovered on video 3 or whatever it was, is still a gaping hole. And once I cut the insulation back a little bit, it'll still have all those jaggedy, horrid bits of rusty steel. So I need to fix that. And that's really it for the week. It's ambitious. I need a lot of help. So I'm hoping some of the guys here on site will help me out with some of the workings for the wiring, because that's where I just need a bit of advice on that. So I think I've got my head around it, but I just need to double check it all before I start buying cables and all the electrical kit and connectors and all that kind of stuff. So that's it, and there's no doubt quite a lot of trips to Screwfix. So that's the plan for the week. Thanks for watching, and please let me know if you've got any thoughts. Well, no doubt you will. So I look forward to receiving them, and no doubt the plan will change, as does everything else in life. So thanks for joining me. Stay well. Hope you're well. Take care. Bye-bye.